You are listening to the Horse Radio Network, part of the Equine Network family.
Hey, you're listening to Adulting with Horses, the best place to be if you can't be at the barn. We are your co-hosts and equine authors, Heather Wallace and Natalie Keller-Reinert. As crazy horse girls, we don't take ourselves too seriously in the saddle or out. We celebrate the things that make us different. Join us as we talk about horses and pop culture and get a little weird in a fun way. Thank you for being a little weird with us. Where have we been? We missed a month. I'm so sorry, guys.
Do you think people are already yelling, like, as they download the podcast?
I think so. They're like, where have they been? I have been sick and hibernating. Okay, guys. But now it's spring, and I'm back, and I'm ready to go.
It is spring. I am in my summer attire because it is actually rapidly moving into summer in Florida. And
really?
Yeah, this is the acclimation period. We just hit. Oh, it's in the 80s now, like this week.
Mm-hmm.
And so, but it's not humid yet.
Right.
So this is when, especially if you're new to Florida or if you don't do a lot outside, this is when you have to get outside and do stuff and acclimate. Like you can't go, oh, it's hot today. Because this is nothing.
This is nothing. Well, today I was so excited. I went and got my car washed and I was like, it's sunny. It's pretty warm. It was like 47 degrees, but it was windy. But in 2 days, it's going to be 80 here. So
yeah,
we're still in colic season because like New Jersey doesn't know it's bipolar.
That's just spring for you, baby.
It's spring in the Northeast.
A spring, it's called spring because it's like goes back and forth. Spring.
Yeah, so I'm still in my dapple gray hoodie. Like that's going to be my uniform for the near future.
Is that a put your ass on some class? Ride a thoroughbred?
That's right.
Yeah, it is. We love our dapple.
It's one of my favorite sweatshirts, because I have several of my comfort clothes are all hoodies because I love a hoodie.
This is my area. Tech shirt, like mesh shirt that makes my eyes pop. So, I mean,
and then it's a pretty color. I don't want to blow your mind here, but there was a 60-degree day about, I don't know, in between my contagions that I actually got on a horse. Okay, I don't want you to clap, but it's a big deal. Okay, and it was the first time I've been on a horse since I went to that IEA show, and it was like 60 degrees, and I wore like a tech shirt and breeches and tall boots. Whoa. And I walked into the barn like I was the shit. And everybody was commenting on how cute I looked because I actually looked like I rode horses for the first time instead of a homeless person.
Yeah. I think I might have said this last time that when I was driving back from Wellington to Ocala. And I kept seeing this woman at the rest areas, and I knew she was the woman from a big horse trailer because it was really cold, and she did look like she was wearing every item of clothing she owned. And it had all been donated. None of this had been purchased new.
And it's all covered in hair.
Yeah, I remember that just like, okay, this sweater is an XXL, so I think I can get it on top of 3 other sweaters.
Yeah. Are you okay with that microphone there, baby?
It's attached to a door. So I have to be careful not to hit it. It's just, so one of the things that happens in the summer version of my farm.
You have to move rooms, right?
I have to move rooms because naps happen. Because the day is so long. The day becomes every day I thought was Friday. Every single day I thought has been Friday.
That is hell on earth.
This morning I refreshed a report 3 times because it was Friday and the report should be ready. And then I looked at the top of my screen and it said Thursday. And I was like, holy shit.
That is such a tease.
Yeah, because I don't work on Fridays. So especially, that's my day off. That's my Saturday. So, yeah, but naps happen because then we go on. We work from 5 until 8. That's our summer routine. Mm-hmm. And so 3 o'clock is nap hour, baby. So I had to stay in bed a little late to survive this podcast without falling asleep.
That's fair. I might actually take a nap when this is over. I'm not lying. I'm still recovering from my multiple illnesses. It's like I was sick for 6 years and suddenly I'm like, bam, get everything.
I got everything in early 2020.
I didn't even get COVID until 3 years in. So that was it's hey, we're done and we're out of lockdown. Heather, here you go. But I didn't tell you. So my daughter, I don't know if I ever told you the story. My daughter gave the band Iron Maiden COVID. Did you hear the story?
Oh my god!
So
I think maybe I knew this.
Did you know this? So it was like, I don't know, it was like 2022. We're like near the end, right? Like everybody's going back and we're having a summer barbecue with our friends at their house, and my ex-husband's like one really good friend is a guitar tech and like tour manager for like a very big band. Okay. And so he knows a lot of famous people, a lot of famous bands. And so he invited over his friends. One of the guitar techs from Iron Maiden came over with his family because they were on tour and they were taking a break and before their New York gig. And so the kids all get along really great. She still chats with his daughter all the time or whatever. So we leave there the next day. Ashton spikes like a horrendous fever. And we find out that like 3/4 of the party was sick. And my daughter was patient zero. So Iron Maiden ended up having to take a day off or two from their tour because
ruined the
guitar
tour.
tech, got sick. And anywho, that's my claim to fame.
That's exciting. Hers for sure. She can dine out on that story for years. It's great.
Meanwhile, she has no idea who Iron Maiden is. Meanwhile, like one of her best friends is the manager for Pantera. Like her best friend's mom has been managing Pantera for like decades.
There's a line in Community where like somebody's talking about Billy Joel, and then like Annie looks at, I want to say Abed, and goes, "Who's Billy Joel?" And they just kind of like make these faces at each other. And I actually am my new book. I ended up taking it out, but at one point I wrote in a U2 joke like that because I've always I was really into U2, and now I kind of hate them. And it's nothing personal. I still think Octane Baby is best album ever, but I just really wanted to put in a thing where like Gen Z has no idea what happened in the 90s. Like it never even occurred.
It never existed.
I love that for them. Good for them.
It's like the 40s for us, 80s and 90s.
Oh no, the 40s had great music. I'm super into 40s music. Now 70s music I won't go near.
See, 70s music is classic. I'm sorry.
Disgustingly bad.
Never going to get old.
Horrific
We agree
music.
To disagree. Okay. However, I have decided that not my new personality, because I've got 17 of them anyway.
Yeah. Just add on.
I'm just gonna add on a thing. But now that I'm like single-ish, right? Like the divorce is happening, everything's getting finalized. I've kind of been single for a year. I've decided I'm going to focus and just like follow my favorite bands around, like not as a groupie because I don't know who's in the bands, right? Like I don't know anything about the band people. I just love the music, and I love going and listening to live music. So I have this year 6 concerts I've already slated to go to.
That's fantastic.
I'm so excited.
I was excited because I have 3 and I didn't go to a single show last year. But of course I have to travel for all mine.
Yeah.
So I'm going to New York to see Matt Berninger from The National, and I have VIP tickets.
When is that happening? Because
the end of May.
Okay, well, you're going to hit me up, right? Because I'm like 45 minutes outside the city.
I don't know. It's going to be like an in and out kind of thing. I don't have a lot of plans yet. We'll see. I got sound check tickets, so I'm going to
see you the next weekend in California.
Oh, yeah, that's right. And then we're going to California the following week. That's funny. And then, which we should talk about. And then I have then like a week after that, I think I have tickets in Orlando to see Future Islands.
Ooh.
And then in August, I have tickets to see Death Cab for Cutie perform Plans at the King's Theater in Brooklyn.
So you're going to be in New York a lot.
I am going to be in New York a lot because you know why? New York is so much easier to get to than anywhere else when you're in Florida.
Yes.
New York is like
and it's like a $70
it's 2 hours away.
I'm going to Philly to see Miles Smith, who sings Stargazing and all that. Then I've got a couple of events at the Stone Pony in Asbury, which is my backyard, including I'm actually very happy with my ex-husband right now because he sent me the link and he said, "Oh, hey, isn't this your favorite band that you're following to Vegas in October as part of the festival?" And I said, "Oh my God, and they're playing in our backyard. Absolutely, I will be going." So the day after I get back from California, I'm immediately going straight to their concert in my backyard.
Which band is this? This is like an emo band.
The Main.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then The Main is awesome. Go check it out. It's literally helped me get through my divorce. And then I got Sleep Token tickets for when they come to. They're metalcore, so you probably don't know them. They're like book talk meets mask talk meets metal, but also like it's hard to explain because like they're their own genre, but they only play in Europe so far, and they just announced a North American tour. And I was gonna go fly to Germany or like Scotland to see them, so like I got tickets to see them in Brooklyn, and I'm ecstatic.
Yay!
And then I've got that music festival in October, but then this is the only one. My daughters are so pumped. I'm gonna take them for girls' night to go see Tate McRae, which is like a Gen Z pop artist. But
that'll be your second Gen Z pop show with them. That's sweet.
Yeah, but this one we're gonna just make it a girls' night and ditch the ex because he ruined Sabrina Carpenter for them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he just pouted the whole time and like had a temper tantrum. So
yeah, like why?
Yeah, so this time we're gonna just do the girls. But yeah, we've got loads of fun stuff planned, and I'm super excited because the divorce isn't finalized, and I need something to look forward to.
Yeah, I love a good year. You know how they really either turn out or they don't.
Yeah, like last year I thought was going to be like a great year, and it turned into like poop beneath my boots.
Yeah.
And it was really the opposite of what I wanted it to be. But this year I refuse. I said, anytime someone's like, wow, you're doing a lot, I'm like, I'm doing it for the plot. I'm living my main character moments, and I'm doing whatever I want because I can, and I don't have to answer to anybody ever, except for my children, but that doesn't count.
That doesn't count.
I'm the parent.
Yeah, you're answering to each other in a way. Yeah, it's a give and a take.
Responsible mom, right? So I'm planning things like on my work weekends or like the weekends I don't have the kids. So I'm being very responsible.
Built-in babysitting. Hell yeah. Like, get out there.
He agreed to like an absolute 50-50 custody. So he's actually going to, when we get divorced, like I'm going to actually have more time than I do now.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
Incredible.
Do you think I might actually get to the barn?
If you can, I mean, there's a fly in this room. If you can make time, because I know that you are a woman of many businesses and passions, and I know that you're gonna hyper focus into one and burrow into it, and then you're gonna focus on something else and burrow into that.
I know ADHD is a real problem sometimes. So here's the thing. So my barn right now is 16 minutes away, like door to door. It's really pretty close, all things considered, because I know people who travel like an hour to see their barns, right? And they go often, right? Like 3-4 times a week is I would consider often.
I used to take me an hour to get to see Beth.
Yeah.
3 days a week.
Yeah. That fly is killing me. Anyway,
it's so little too.
Every time you have like some form of distraction.
Last time
in the
it
background,
was a mosquito.
and then your cat sometimes likes to join in. But
he's outside right now.
My barn, I just found out, is moving.
My God.
The drama. So it's actually moving double the distance away. So it's going to be 30 minutes away instead of 16. So I have to build it into my schedule to be able to go, to or from and things like that, because like I could barely get there now and it's so conveniently close. So
yeah, I was dropping by before.
Yeah, but it turns out the property, and this is why it's always so shady. This is so shady. So I've been at this barn for like 6 years. The owner of the property, not my barn owner, but the owner of the property, who we've been renting from, is in default on his mortgage and taxes, and didn't tell anybody. And he rents out the house, the apartment, and the barn and pastures. So suddenly, like, real estate agents were just showing up on our property, and people were walking through, and we're like, what the fuck is this?
Oh my God.
Yeah, and our lease is up in November, and my barn owner was like, I cannot risk this man going into default or selling it to somebody who's going to kick us out. We have 20 some odd horses here, and like I can't risk this. So she started shopping around, and there's not a lot of places in New Jersey that are renting barns right now. There's not a lot of land. So she found one that's actually kind of perfect. The owner retired. She's been in the hunter-jumper industry for like 30, 40 years. But here's the thing. There's an indoor.
What?
I know. I'm going to be spoiled. I haven't had an indoor in like 6 years. I have no excuses now not to ride.
No. No, you don't. You might even hate it because you'll be like, it's still terrible weather, but I have to go and ride my horse because everybody's like looking down at me. I don't know. I'm still trying to wrap my head around the economics of renting a barn to have boarders at. Like, that's terrifying to me because we know boarding, you don't make any money boarding horses.
No.
And then to have to pay rent on top of that and not own your property and not have control over it is like.
And that happens a lot. Like, we heard through the grapevine, like, we're lucky to have got this place because we heard through the grapevine there were like 2 or 3 other people looking to move their barns because of similar situations. Like,
really,
the housing market is terrible right now. Like, New Jersey is unlike, like, Florida, I heard the real estate prices are dropping. New Jersey, they're going up. Okay. And we're outside of 2 major cities, and we have Netflix moving in, and a lot of developers are coming in to try to like make bank off of that. So my moving and trying to find a house in the next few months could not be at the worst time. Right?
Yeah.
And there's not a lot of properties where you can have horses. And so so I'm not I was not happy that we were moving because I love my little barn. My barn
is gorgeous.
Oh, it's so gorgeous and it's so lovely.
And it's right by the bombing range, so right, you have that excitement.
Bomb-proof horses. But here's the thing is like my biggest concern, and I'm really looking, and if anyone's got suggestions here, so like Ferris has moved barns now 4 times. Okay, since I've had him. He was a show horse. He is now a senior, and after he herniated his intestines last time we moved him, I am petrified. So I can't drive him because I will literally be shaking this whole time because I'm so nervous something's going to happen. So my barn owner is going to drive my trailer with him. She's got a whole plan that includes, dorm and like a sedative and like days of UltraGuard and probiotics and like all this. But like, he sees a trailer and he rears. Like the last time we moved him, it took us 3 days to get him home. And we had to move. It took 3 days. They had to ace him. It's bad. And this isn't a trailering issue, like just to let everybody know, okay? Because
everybody's coming out to teach him how to trailer now.
Right.
Because like the comments, they're revving.
They're revving. Okay. And so I'm going to get ahead of this.
Here's what
I do. Yeah. So I'm going to get ahead of this and just let you know because for those of you who are just catching on, like my pony was a show horse. He was, for lack of a better word, beaten, right? He was scared to get into a trailer, and so they used to beat him the hell on. And that just made him more scared. So I spent a full year, working positive reinforcement. He was self-loading. He was doing really wonderfully. He did perfect. So that when we had to move barns, because the barn was moving, he loaded like a champ. Like he was beautiful. He came off beautiful. Everything was great. A week later, he had ulcers so bad and didn't tell anybody. And then he got a herniation. So getting him back to the barn we were meant to be at, because that was only a temporary move, it took us 3 days. He was so scared. Like, because he equates trailering with fear and pain. Right? So it's a pain thing. It's not about, he knows how to load, right? Like you give him ace, he walks right on. He knows how to load. He's got so much trauma related to past ownership and then discomfort. So it's a real problem. So like,
so you can sedate him and get him on.
Yeah.
But you're going to have to deal with the nervous system response for days afterwards.
Yes.
That's what's going on.
I'm going to have to UltraGuard him.
Yeah,
I'm going to have
that's exactly it.
Give him loads of probiotic paste, get him drinking a lot. Like I'm going to have a vet on call just in case he needs fluids because he's not drinking. And he's going with his brother, which is, they're bonded pair.
Right.
But I'm so freaking out because...
I mean, he might surprise you.
He might.
And jumping on board with all of these remedies beforehand and coating his stomach.
Yeah.
And flavor his water with apple juice. All of these things. Be like, everything's a treat. There's also Gallagher's water. Horses love Gallagher's water.
Somebody mentioned that to me after he had the impaction. I'm going to definitely check that out, actually.
Yeah, Ben thinks Gallagher's water is like champagne.
Good.
He is the Great Gatsby. The champagne is poured. So, I should probably more of that now that it's heating up.
Yeah,
I
she got it. She killed the fly, you guys. She's been tracking it
It's
this whole
this
time.
tiny little fly. It's like not even like a house fly. It's just this
I
little
can't even
bug.
claim ADHD at this point because it's really you.
It was honestly just I could see it I could see it flying around. I was like, oh,
I could see you tracking it. Like,
embarrassing. So embarrassing. Now it is dead. You're
yes,
dead. Now
it's
you're dead.
embarrassing that you have a fly on your farm. And
I'm in a room.
I
It's
know.
got art on the wall. Oh, look at the art.
It's so fancy. No, I'm definitely going to get Gallagher's water. I'm more concerned, like, I know we'll get him there. Like, worst case scenario, my vet will show up and ace him, right? It's a quick drive. It's only like another 20 minutes from the barn that we're at. His brother's going with him. I'm more concerned about being there for him for the couple days after he moves to know that, like, he's not being abandoned, that he's still with us, you know, with his family. It's so stressful, like, moving. I don't like change, and clearly he doesn't either. Meanwhile, Delight's just like, whatever, you're coming, right? You know, he's fine.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping Delight, like, balances us out.
It will. Yeah. I mean, because he's going to be pulling your nerves, so you should just stay away and like let Delight handle it, honestly.
Well, yeah. I already told Robin, I said, you know, I'm going to let you load him. I'm going to let you drive him. I'm going to I'll just follow with our stuff because I don't want my nervous energy and my stress, because I will be stressed no matter what. I will not be sleeping the night before. And again, we've moved burns before. It was because the last one was so traumatic for both of us that I'm just like having a near panic, like just thinking about it. But I am excited about, like, we're going to have our own border barn, and then there's going to be a lesson barn. So, like, it'll be a little quieter in our barn.
You guys will feel really like exclusive and elite. Like, we're in the border barn.
Yeah, we're like, oh, don't come in here, kids.
Yeah,
sorry,
I think you want to be over
not
there.
For you. Yeah, even my daughter's pony is going to be over in the smaller barn. Like, go on. This is for the big kids. No, but I mean, I'm looking forward to having indoor. It's going to be. There's a lot of good things about the place I'm looking forward to, but like, moving barns is such a pain in my butt, and I am already packing up my house in preparation for moving that. Like, now I gotta pack up everything else.
You are having the most thorough, like, chapter change in your life. Like, not even chapter, like, you were opening an entirely new book, and the universe says everything from the last book, we gotta close it. Just snap it closed. We're doing something new now.
It's like White Lotus season 3. Like, we're gonna season 2. We're leaving Italy behind. Now we're in Thailand. It's a whole new thing, but similar
whole new
themes.
Thing. Yeah, stick with us. Whole new thing. You're gonna love it.
I don't know. Maybe. I mean, I'm not against starting a new chapter. I think I keep referring to, like, this post-divorce me as like season 3 of my life, right? Like, I'm just
always a great season.
Right. It's usually the best season.
Yeah.
Unless you're like, you know, a series of like Marvel movies or something like that. Like,
no. Let's take the greatest, show of all time, Parks and Recreation. You've got you know the characters. You've introduced everybody who's going to be important for the next 4 years, and they all know exactly who they are. That's you.
That is true.
That's what's happening. You know everybody you need to know. There might be a surprise guest every now and then, but pretty much you've got the cast nailed, and you know how to play your role.
And I'm really looking forward to the glow up, because I'm going to have a great wardrobe, like this year, because now I'm the star of the show.
There's no doubt Amy Poehler's makeup was much improved in season 3. Yeah,
exactly.
Absolutely.
And so, I'm really looking forward to, like, this year is going to be epic. I got some changes that I'm still, like, ironing out. But what is life without a little change, right?
Yeah. I'm always trying to figure out if I like change or I hate change.
Listen, I love surprises, like good surprises, right? Like, I love gifts. I love good surprises.
Yeah.
But I'm a planner, and I like to know, like, so at least with this barn, I know the date we're moving. I can plan accordingly because, of course, I got travel and stuff. But, like, the whole divorce thing has taught me that my biggest problem in life was letting go of control. And this divorce was like, haha, bitch, we're going to show you that you literally have never had control, and you still won't. And so it's been a lesson in letting go, because I don't know when the divorce will be finalized. I don't know when I can move. I don't know when I can look for a house. I don't know when I can apply for a mortgage. I need a new fucking car. Can't do that just in case I need to apply for a mortgage. So my kids are like, when is this happening? When is this happening? I'm like, I don't know. You know,
Yeah.
like, it's up to everyone else but me.
I'm literally doing the same thing, like learning to let go with my career.
Yeah,
which is difficult for me because my career is my entire life.
Yes.
And yeah, I've been dealing with the same things. And in the morning, I've been sitting writing my journal. I did it this morning. It was like, these are the same problems over and over again, where you have to work through, like, this is a new phase. You don't have to be in control of every bit of this. Other people are controlling this now. You chose this.
Yeah. Reminding yourself that you gave them control.
You wanted something new, and you got it. And
what is that? The genie's, like the jinn's promise or something like that? Like, be careful what you wish for.
Yeah, it is. I mean, but it's also like, well, there's no real choice, because you feel, dead in the chapter that you were in, and you've got to get into the next one.
Right.
So you just have to take all the bad that comes with it and focus on the good as best you can.
Yeah, I mean, that's such a great lesson for life, right? Because, like, everything that's going to go wrong can and might, but you can only focus on the things that you could do, or how you're looking at things. And so, like, because I don't know when I'm going to be moving houses, I've been planning these concerts, or I'll plan like a trip. I'm getting a tattoo, right? And I'm taking control of my body, and I'm going, and I planned a trip. I mentioned briefly before we recorded. I wanted to plan a big trip post divorce. And I wasn't going to plan it until I got the settlement from the judge and everything. But I was like, you know what? Screw it. Because, like, I could be waiting forever. I need something to look forward to.
Yeah.
And so I just did it, and I booked the damn thing, and I'm going to Scotland this summer.
I'm so jealous of you.
I know. You've been there before.
You don't go to Scotland and be like, whew, that's done. Check that box.
Well, already my daughter is mad at me, and she goes, I wanted to go there, Mom. And I was like, I did? And she's like, yeah. And I was like, well, you're graduating from high school in like 2 years. Why don't we go then? She's like, okay, fine. Like, but I've planned some fun things, including, because I'm a bit of a Potterhead. Like, for all those of you who don't know, I'm like a bit of a geek. I love Harry Potter, and that's like my comfort movie marathon when I'm not feeling well. So I've been watching it a lot, and a lot of places at Edinburgh were inspired, for that book. And so I'm going, and I've got like an underground tour that I'm going to do, and I'm going to go, and I'm doing this.
Don't forget, I got molested by a ghost on that tour.
Awesome! Can't wait.
So.
I've been very single for a long time. Bring it on. If he's wearing a kilt, all the better.
It was really kind of scary.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna have to have a chat about that one.
It was not like he did not wish to have sex with me. I think he wished to murder me. So it was like a murder ghost.
Was it like your throat? Like, you go out, like, try to strangle?
No, he shoved me in the back really hard.
Down the stairs?
No, we were in the vaults.
Oh my gosh.
They do the vault tour, and you're under, like, I don't remember.
Well, I don't
roads,
know yet.
houses or something. Well, I figured that's probably what you booked.
Probably.
The underground ghost tour. Yeah. The ghost, the murderer in the room shoved me, and it was quite scary.
That is scary.
Okay, there was no one behind me. That sucked.
Yeah. Well, you're
gonna love it.
I'll make sure to wear some obsidian or something, okay? Or like hematite or whatever. The
cold iron.
Yeah, seriously. Well, and here's one thing. So I'm on the wait list, so I don't know if it's gonna happen, but I'd mentioned before that, like, I've decided season 3 I'm going to be the main character of my own life. So I booked a main character photo shoot at the castle, and I'm wearing a gown, and I'm so excited. I can't wait. Well, so right now they're booked, but they're adding a new photographer, so I'm on the wait list. We'll see what we see, but it's gonna be fun.
If there's one thing I could get really seriously addicted to, and I think everybody should do them immediately, it's photo shoots.
Okay, stop. I'm sorry. Who are you? Did you get possessed?
They're so fucking fun. Oh my god.
Finally.
I know. They just, like,
you used to hate them.
I'd never done one before.
No.
Ever.
But and also Taylor makes it fun, right? Like
She
Taylor's
does.
so fun.
She came a couple weeks ago, and we did a shoot mostly with Manny. So just Mini Horse and me.
Mm-hmm.
And
That's a book.
we took a fancy chair out to the paddock, and it was raining like all day, and I was like, oh my God, what's gonna happen? So my husband put up this tent to cover up the stuff we needed until it stopped raining, and then we moved it out really quickly. So we did all these pictures where I'm like sitting on the chair looking at my laptop, and Manny is like in my lap, like, what are we doing? And then Ben had to join. It was killing him. So we let Ben in. Like, so they were just loose. So we were just taking pictures with them, just like roaming around. And she would play like whinny sounds on her phone. And Ben lost his mind over these whinnies.
Thought it was a stallion?
Yeah. He was whinnying back at her phone.
Oh my God. It was really cute.
Hysterical. So yeah, and that was just, that wasn't even like a publisher thing. That was just us. I was just said, come out, I want to take pictures with Manny. It's with my laptop.
Yeah, well, she's due to come out to me, and actually she listened to our podcast because she does. Taylor is
Everybody
awesome and
listens
loves
to
us.
us.
Well, and we were talking about her, and she's texting me. She's like, I'm dying right now. And I was like, sorry. Listen, if you're in our lives, you're fodder for the podcast.
You're in the Adulting with Horses megaverse now.
Well, and I texted her the other day. Well, one, we're due for a new photo shoot with the boys, but like, you know, I have to get to the barn.
Yeah.
And two, I texted her the other day because the Iceland trip in 2026 got filled, and she's coming along with me as my photographer.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
So that's like a new level. You're leveling up on me. I need to go on a vacation with a photographer.
Yeah, I mean, you're doing it wrong if you don't bring your own personal photographer. But she's not for me. I mean, I wouldn't say she's like my personal. She's like the group photographer.
That's awesome.
So we're going to be able to give everybody who comes a little album, and then we'll be able to have snippets for social media and stuff to like promote the ride and the trip.
That's so cool.
Yeah, and I mean, it's Iceland. Like she's been into it this whole time, and it like killed her when we canceled. Because of the volcanoes and everything. So now we're back, and we're excited, volcanoes or not, we're going.
Due to volcanic activity.
Listen, I'm the kind of person, I don't really like helicopters, but I would love to see a volcanic eruption, and I would do it from the air, because I don't want to get close to that. I don't like heat.
In a helicopter?
I mean,
a helicopter is already pretty iffy, and then you're going to go over a lava flow.
But that's what
you're just guaranteed.
Listen, I don't like helicopters, okay?
But no, sir.
And then, not to fast forward, but helicopter is, you're going to remember this, like you started this. So helicopter is the word, the key word here. So I'm going to Alaska next spring for the Horse Radio Network's like Horse Lovers Cruise.
Right, like we did last year.
Yeah, like we did last year, except this one you're not going to because it's cold. And, well,
yeah, I don't want to go to Alaska.
It's May in Alaska, but it's on my bucket list. And we're going to be taking the train, like this gorgeous train from Anchorage over to the port. But beforehand, they're like booking excursions. And so Vicky, the travel agent, is like, what do you guys want to do? Like, here's a list of things we could do. And one of them is a helicopter ride to the bush to go track bears from the air. And I don't know if you guys know this about me or if you've read Confessions of a Timid Rider, but I used to work with polar bears. Like, I used to work with them. Like, I was on the cover of the Wildlife Conservation Society's Central Park Zoo brochure with Ida, my favorite polar bear. And so, like, we were literally holding hands. Okay, that sounds like a dream. Like, I might actually have to do that. But then what happens, my brain says, what happens if you go down in the bush surrounded by bears?
It really seems like the worst of all possible worlds. Even more than lava. I don't know, what's worse, lava or angry bears that you've been chasing with a helicopter?
It's going to be
You're
spring. They're going to be hunting.
Them. They're like, whatever helicopters do.
It's more like
I get mad at helicopters when they fly over. Imagine, and I know that they're doing something, and I'm still like, God damn it. Don't fly over my airspace. What do you think the bears think?
Well, I have two friends. One works for the Department of U.S. Fish and Wildlife and actually spent a summer tracking like bears in Alaska. Like, that was her job, just to like track and mark and, you know, study. And then Someone I met who was a pilot and was based and stationed in Alaska for 6 years said that he should go just running, and he showed me videos of like bears like on his runs like all the time, and they never bothered him. Right? So why would they bother me?
Again, because you just plunged to the earth in a fireball. And they were trying to have a nice little bear afternoon in the forest. You're like, what the hell?
I know. I'm not saying it's a perfect idea. I wouldn't love to take a helicopter. I'm just saying, like, I want to see some fucking bears, you know?
I want you to read the Moose Springs series before this. There are 3 books set in a fictional town in Alaska, and they're hella fun. And because everything you're describing, I'm like, where have I read this in a book? And I just realized it was in these books. Where they I think they go on like a 4-wheeling adventure where they get lost, but there's supposed to be bears and bears on a run, things like that, and moose everywhere. Sarah Morgenthaler, I want to say. I'll send it to you.
Okay.
Everybody should read. The first one is called The Tourist Attraction.
Oh, that sounds fun.
It's so much fun. The Tourist Attraction is it's a dive bar where he hates tourists. Like the bartender, it's a grumpy romance, you know, and the bartender hates tourists, and it's just fantastic. I just highly recommend it.
Well, there's a town, Talkeetna, in Alaska, that they don't have a lot of tourists come in. So like once a year they do like a love dating thing where like they'll auction off all the men in town for dates.
Yeah.
And all these women will come to town and they will like pay for a date with these rugged men. I don't know if you've ever been to the outback or to like rural places, but like they're not what you think they are from a romance novel, guys. Like they're usually like very big, overweight, hairy people who don't know how to socialize because they don't have to. Right? Yep. It's not romance worthy. But I've decided I'm the main character and I'm going to live my life as if I'm in my own rom-com. So it's going to happen.
So you're going to go and bid on one of these dudes?
No. But I might go see a helicopter about a bear. Okay.
No, I think you should go date the guy. I want that story.
But what if it's a handsome pilot of a helicopter? Like, what about that? And we get stranded together and he saves my life. That still sounds terrifying.
I think I've read that book too. No, I think that's like the 3rd book in that series.
No, either way.
It's the 2nd or the 3rd.
We'll figure it out. But Alaska's a bucket list item. And like, I've always wanted, it's that. And then once I do Alaska, I only have one more bucket list item a place, and that's to do like a safari.
Are you not horseback safari?
No, I'm not. Listen, I can't ride my horse on a trail ride around the fucking property. Okay? He dumps me every single time. You think I'm going to ride a horse I don't know all day in front of giraffes and a herd of elephants?
I feel the exact same way about these horseback safaris. I'm like, brother, I don't trust my horse around a deer that runs through his paddock every single day. I'm not going to trust your stranger horse around a giraffe or a lion.
No. So here's what's funny. So I have a client that just got back, 2 clients actually, that just got back from Patagonia. And they both did horse riding safaris because they're braver than I am. Okay. And one, she's like, you should do this. And I was like, are you on crack? Like, one, just because I did something similar in Mongolia where like I camped out, like I was in the car. Like I wasn't riding the horse 50 miles. I was in the support vehicle and getting out and taking photos for people, right? So then I proceed to hear the story. She's telling me, right, that I should go do this and I'll be so fun. I'm like, maybe if it's like a half-day ride and I could come back to camp, like maybe, right? Because it's gorgeous and I would love to. And then my other client who knows her, she's like, oh, did you hear the first day? Her friend broke her back. I'm like, what the? So, no lie. I am not naming any companies, okay? It's like accidents happen. This woman had never done a horseback safari, multi-day horseback safari so far. She gets there, 20 minutes on the horse the first day. Like, they just get matched with their horses, and they're like, okay, go canter off in this field, get to know your horse, right? The horse bolted. Her saddle was loose, and the owner had refused to tighten it because of the girth sores. Mm-hmm.
Oh.
And it started chasing another horse, started bucking. The
Oh
owner
my
fell
God.
off, and there the ground is so hard and rocky. It's all mountains. She ended up breaking two of her vertebrae in her lumbar spine and getting a concussion. Had to be escorted out to the hospital and fly home immediately. Like,
I was going to say, she got the helicopter ride too.
yeah,
She got built right in.
yeah, didn't even get to do the safari that she paid for, and her first ever safari. I'm like, guys, this is why I even say, like, as safe as my trips are, right? Because, like, I'm a scaredy cat. Like, get the liability insurance, get the travel insurance, like, get the coverage, because it's horses and you don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But can you imagine flying, like, 17 hours to the end of the actual earth, to the most beautiful place, and you get to be on a horse for 20 minutes? And then for the rest of your life, she's never going to ride again. She said she's never going to ride again.
I can't even, yeah, like I wouldn't even be like, oh, let me go get on this horse I don't know and ride it around. That sounds terrible. It sounds like the worst vacation. Like,
right, it's not a vacation. It's an
there,
adventure.
there are lines, you know, if I'm riding all together with a group of people, like I would like to experience like hunting or something like that, but to not to go out onto mountainous trails and look for whatever animals they have in Patagonia. I don't even know. What do they have in Patagonia? What are you looking for
They
there?
have big cats. They have
Have they? Like what?
penguins.
Today on the safari, I saw a jaguar and a penguin. Was the most diverse safari of all time. Sir, you were at a zoo. Oh.
No, I'm there. Listen, my Wildlife Conservation Society friends are really mad at me right now. No, and so like I realized, okay, I haven't seen season 3 of White Lotus yet, okay, but there's a line that keeps showing up on my social media where like Parker Posey's character is like, at this time of my life, I just don't feel like I should be uncomfortable.
Oh my God, I saw that gift today.
Right, and that is honestly how I want to live my life, because if we're gonna be honest, like I told someone this today or the other day, and they looked at me like I was crazy. I have enough points and I travel enough for work that if I'm going on vacation, I am upgrading to business class. Okay. If it's over 4 hours and it's a vacation, I'm lying flat, bitch. I'm getting a free cocktail. I am going to stay at the nicest hotel for $500 more. I'm going to save that much more in advance so I can have a nice vacation. Okay. I don't want to go to the ends of the earth and sleep on a rocky ground. I will glamp.
That's a young person's game. Come on. Let's be real. First of all, Parker Posey should be our guru in all things.
She's amazing.
She's incredible.
Like, I feel like we'd all be best friends.
Yes. Second, yes, I did use the argument that you were flying first class to California so that I could fly first class to California.
You're like, Heather can't upstage me.
I was like, well, Heather gets to. But because it's a long way. It's for work. And my back hurts. My back hurts all the time. This is who I am now. And I can't be wedged into that seat for 5 or 6 hours or however horribly long it is. You know, this is what points are for, people.
That's exactly right.
This is what points are for.
I literally planned my purchases around, I'm going to put this on my credit card, pay it off by the end of the week.
Yep.
And I now get the points. So I have to go. So I just paid off all of my credit cards. And not that I had that many, but like I paid off my credit card. And I got extended. Now I have no limit. I have a no limit card, which is terrifying. If anybody knows me, like, you should be scared. So, but you get like 8 times points on certain things. And I need a new car soon, and I don't want bad credit. So I'm saving up a little bit. I got some divorce money coming, and I'm going to save some money from the equity of the Vermont house. I'm going to buy that car on the Amex, and then I'm going to take all those fucking points.
That's the way to do it.
And I'm going to put it towards the travel that I want to do. And my kids want to go to Hawaii. Let's go. We're going on points. You know, like, this is what we're going to do. And this is how, I mean, I'm going to live my life. It's like, I work smarter, not harder.
Yep. It also makes big transactions less painful. Like yesterday.
Right.
So yesterday, my husband and I both got new glasses. Or like, we got eye exam and we bought new glasses.
I was going to say, those glasses don't look new. Okay.
God only knows when they'll get here.
Fair.
But we're both in progressives. These are my first pair of progressives. And so Getting so fucking old. And and I told eye doctor, he's like, well, do you need, like, I said, I read 100 books a year. He's like, oh my God. I was like, yeah. So I kind of, at this point, I'm moving the book so far away that then the letters are too small. They're not blurry anymore. Now they're too small. So it has to be progressives. And then we had to do sunglasses too, because
Yeah,
in
of course.
Florida. So at that point, we were just I was like, wow, okay, that's okay, because we are going to go on vacation in October, and we needed to cover the hotel, and I believe we just covered
Right, the
the
points.
hotel with these
Yes.
points. Yeah, so that feels okay. Yeah, we're gonna go on vacation entirely on points in October. So
That's what you
nice.
got to do.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you got to do. And that's why, like, as I'm traveling for work and stuff, it's a write-off for taxes, but then also, like, you get the points. Like, I have a credit card that's just for work stuff, right?
Yep.
So I have all the receipts and things like that. And I figured, like Iceland, I'm paying for my flight, hopefully on points, or I'll
Mhm.
pay for it and then I'll upgrade on points, right? Like, if you get, and so, like, that's the thing, and I never want to pay for a flight again.
Basically,
Right? So
yeah.
I ended up doing that. So but I'm excited. There's a lot of happenings.
Yeah.
Lot of things going on. A lot of balls in the air, all
Oh.
of which I have no control over.
I didn't tell you about my new purchase.
What's your new purchase?
I bought a Brender Up trailer.
No, you didn't. That's
Yes, I
amazing.
did. It's right outside.
You've always wanted one of those.
I know. I just want to look like, a pony club mom in Ireland. There
It
was
is perfect
there
for
was
you.
one at Nelson's Trailer Sales in Ocala, and it was a really reasonable price. So I went down and looked at it, and I was like, yeah, I'm going to buy this. And
That's
I
a big
bought it.
purchase for you. I'm really proud.
yeah, I've been dealing with, we bought it about a week ago, and I've been dealing with, like, scarcity mindset issues all week because I spent that money. So I'm working on it.
I like to
because
view it as money always comes back to you, right?
I'm
You can always
trying. Yeah, definitely. Like, I'm working that. I'm working that approach really hard because my brain automatically goes to, you've got nothing.
right.
Because I've had nothing most of my life. So
I understand.
I went and wrote a check. I wrote a check for this trailer because I think they had like 3% for a credit card fee, and it wasn't going to be worth it.
No.
I had 2 checks left in this checkbook. The checkbook is from my first apartment in Brooklyn.
Wow.
So I used it. I used the second last check to buy a horse trailer so that I can take Ben to dressage shows.
I think that's amazing. I think you've been wanting something like that for a long time, and you don't have to rely now on a friend to come pick you up.
Yep.
And there's a sense of freedom. Like, I don't use my trailer all that often because I don't trust my car very far with like 152,000 miles on it. But I have it, and it's a sense of freedom, and my barn owners borrow it. And we just found out, talking about scarcity mindset, we're training her pony. He's going and doing these schooling shows because he has got a real problem with horses coming up behind him on the flat, and he's only got one eye, so we're trying to get him comfortable, and because he's going to hits this summer with her. And I was like, I should probably find out how much money this is going to cost because I'm going to need to start saving now, because if I'm not divorced by then, I'm gonna throw somebody out of a car, right? So, like, if I am divorced, then Jason and I are splitting that cost. So I need to know how much this is going to be, because So I mean, the good news is it's about what I thought it was going to be, and she's only doing one a year,
like a week.
Yeah, like a full week.
That's a cool experience.
I think this is what she wants to do, and it is within our power to be able to give her these things at a reasonable level. Like, she can't show every weekend. Like, we can't afford that, and we have 3 children. But she wants to show. She wants to go to hits because we went last year to support the barn. She wants to try it, and I want to support that. But it's going to be like one time a year, like 1 week a year for the big show. And if you want to go around maybe 2 or 3 times locally during the year, we can make that happen. But she's going to have to get a job if she wants to do more than that.
Yeah, she has to go off and be a working student.
That's right. So
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, so I'm excited to see like what they do. He jumps like a dream though. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna post a picture. She's been training him solely for the last year, and this week he had 3 training rides for the first time ever. Oh my God, they were like, wow, he's fun. Like his knees. Oh,
What classes is he for? Does he do hunters? Does he do jumpers?
so I think they're gonna try for the hunters, but he's really a jumper. Like
He's got the energy.
he's a pocket rocket, and he'll go all day. He'll stay at the counter all day long, and he'll go over everything. He doesn't dip out. Like you bring him in straight, let him see the jump, he will go over it, and he will go over like floor is lava, with his knees straight up to his nose. Like he's beautiful, and she. Oh my God! Actually, instead of posting that photo, I'm gonna post a video of her from the other day. They were doing pole work, and they had to canter poles. They'd come into one and then, do 4 strides and then pole over the other. And she came in. It was a hand gallop almost. She came in so fast that he made the 4 stride a 3 stride, and they came out of it. And I was like, "You better pick that ass up because." Woo! They were like, if he started bucking, like they were both going down. Like they were freight train. She had no break. She didn't even try. So, so my ex looked at the video. He's an adrenaline junkie. My ex looked at the video and he goes, "Whoa! They were killing it." Wait, I'm gonna rewind it. Whoa! Like they were moving. He didn't even know he was watching.
God, you're like, this is not optimal.
No, and I had to sit her down. I was like, I don't want to make you afraid here, but like that is dangerous, and you need to control your speed. Like, imagine doing 4 jumps in a row and losing less and less control, right? Like, get it now, coming into the first jump. Otherwise, you're setting yourself up for failure. So, yeah, no, it's been a lot of really great things, except for like my, sicknesses. But I feel like this whole year is going to be an adulting win for me.
You just claim it for yourself.
I'm claiming that energy.
Yeah. It does feel that. I feel like even getting back to when you were talking about, we're going to go to shows, like, I didn't get to go to any shows at all last year, and that was like my favorite thing to do. And now I have like all these tickets to things. It's just like just opening up these different avenues that have been closed for so long. Like, it's so nice.
We're both going through like kind of a glow up in a way. It's just we're going through different ones, but we're just all getting better, living our lives. And I'm telling you right now, like I love you very much, but I'm gonna be pissed if you come up to New York like multiple times and you don't see me once for even a dinner.
It seems really likely, but
I hate you.
She
hates me, you guys.
I come for like 2 nights with my husband, and like
I can come to Brooklyn. I can come to Brooklyn.
Can you?
It's literally a 30-minute drive.
Who drives to Brooklyn?
Me.
Just drive it. Where are you gonna park?
In a garage, dude. I have Spot Hero. I drove in for Westminster. I drive in to go. I used to live in Queens.
You pay that congestion pricing.
I don't give a shit. If it's worth it, if it's going to see you. Okay, that's what friendship is. Obviously, it's one-sided.
Yeah. Well, friendship for me is usually online. I'm not going to lie.
Clearly. We're only allowed to be friends when we go somewhere that's not our homes.
It usually is more along the lines of, with my husband, so that's 3 people. So
it's too many. Well, that's true. I don't want to be the third wheel, but
we'll have to see what happens.
Rude. Okay,
I'm thinking there's a lot of people. Like, I would do a trip to see you and hang out with you specifically.
Yeah, you've been saying that for years, though. It has never happened.
No, well, I didn't have any money before. Now I have a little bit.
That's true. we can always meet partway and go somewhere fun. And
Myrtle Beach.
Is Myrtle Beach fun?
No, that's where we used to go.
Ghetto.
Well, when I was a kid, we would go there. When my grandparents lived in Florida, we hadn't moved from Maryland yet. We would meet them in Myrtle Beach. It was like a halfway thing.
I think my mom lives north of there. I don't really know where she lives, but it's like close of there. So she moved and like didn't tell anybody where she was moving to, or like she didn't tell me.
But my dad is like, you have some responsibility.
Yeah, I don't care. My dad's like 45 minutes from there, so so we could meet there if you wanted to. But I vote for like Aiken, like maybe, or or Asheville. Like I've never been out to Asheville, and that's a cute. Oh no, wait, there's mountains. You wouldn't go there.
I'm pretty sure that's like both flooded from the hurricane last year and now also on fire. I don't think it's
Is
a
it on
good scene.
fire now?
I think yesterday I saw like they were
Jesus
having fires.
Christ. I got to reach out to...
That's kind of what happens whenever trees get killed and then the winter dries them out. Then they catch fire.
I'm just saying,
happens in Florida every year.
If you don't want to come to New York, we can make plans to meet somewhere else.
I always want to come to New York.
Well, I mean,
like,
if you
don't
want to
get
come
me wrong.
see me in New York.
I do want to come see you in New York. But, like, I didn't see you coming out to Kentucky, where I keep telling you it's the coolest place on earth. You never come, so...
What are you talking about? I'm there every 2 years.
When?
I'm
every
in Kentucky
2 years?
Every 2 years for the American Horse Publications Conference. Every 2 years. The one that you don't go to.
Oh, well, that's work. I mean,
yeah, but
talk to people? Like, go to breakout meetings and, like, eat catered lunch? I don't think so. That doesn't sound like me
One
at
of
all.
these years, I'll get out there for the Land Rover. Or what is it? Rolex. What the fuck is it called? 3-day?
Kentucky.
I don't know.
It's just called Kentucky.
One of these days, I'll get down there for that. That's in April, but I have so much in May that it's really hard to get away in April.
I'm going to Kentucky at the end of the month, and then I'm home for like 3 days, and then I'm going on a cruise with like the kids because they're out of school.
Yeah.
Already? And I wanted to jump on it. So at the end, they'll be out of school the first week of May.
Do they? Wow, it seems like they're never in school.
College kids are not in school very often. No.
Okay.
You'll see. And then, it's just like one thing after another, bam, bam, bam. And I have to get my wisdom teeth out this summer.
Oh, wow. So you know what my goal for the summer is? To go to Scotland, get felt up by a fucking ghost in a kilt, and
that's a good plan.
Have like a main character moment.
I need you to bring me back some tablet. Do you know what tablet is? It's like candy, but it's just sugar. It's like sugar pie.
Okay.
It's absolutely incredible.
Yeah, I'll get that for you.
Bring me back sugar.
But you'll have to come visit me to find it. Boom.
That makes sense. I see this. I see this happening.
Yeah, you see it. I'm going to blackmail you. Bribe, whatever. But yeah, so that's what I'm going to have a massive glow up because I don't want to brag here. But
I think you do.
In the last year of hormone replacement therapy, I have lost 35 pounds.
That's pretty impressive.
I haven't. It's funny.
Pretty good.
No one noticed over the winter because I was wearing baggy clothes and still am, Yeah. But you'll see me in June. I'm actually back to my like post-pregnancy weight with Cameron.
Yeah.
Like I'm back to like a normal adult weight and not filled with like inflammation and bloating.
30 pounds of rage.
Seriously. Every time I say I've lost 35 pounds, they're like, you lost 235 pounds with the divorce. I'm like, you're not wrong.
Yeah, no doubt. I actually have gone down another size in jeans.
Nice.
So I'm pretty pleased with that. I was like, in a year, I might be a size 8 again, which is like my normal size.
Yeah.
So, yeah, there's nothing quite like feeling like yourself again. Even if it's been 10 or 15 years since you last felt like yourself.
Seriously. Well, it's like I was going through ups and downs, and I'm actually going with the girls this weekend to go buy jeans because all my jeans are like a size 10 or an 8, and I'm like a 4 now.
Oh my God.
Well, I didn't mean to get to a 4 because like 6 was like my number. But I'm just like, I'm fit like a 4-6, and that's where I want to be. That's where I want to stay.
That is teeny tiny. I've never been a 4.
When I was in high school up to college, even when I was in college, when I got my freshman 25, I was 125 in college. And I was like bloated, gross, whatever. I felt overweight. I'm 125 now. And I feel amazing.
I have a very large frame.
Well, I'm a bird. Like I'm very
you are.
Small.
You're completely opposite of
and
me.
light boned. Like my sister has always been thinner than me, but she's always weighed more because she's just heavier boned. Like I'm like, so just weight is nothing but a number. I weighed 100 pounds all through high school. Okay. Like, so.
Yeah.
I don't.
No, I'm a Keller. And there was a famous Keller who played for the Yankees, and his nickname was King Kong. King Kong. Like, we're built.
Listen, your Viking ancestors would have been proud.
Yeah.
Right? Exactly.
I could survive the longest winter.
Yeah. Aw. No, everyone's built different. Like I was talking to a friend of mine. She's like, my goal weight is like 160. I'm like, that's amazing. That's where I started, but she's 5'9" and I'm You know what I mean?
And you carry muscle differently and
5'1".
stuff like
Yeah,
that. Like
exactly.
I'm losing most of my losses through through muscle gain. So
yeah, that's perfect.
Yeah.
Well, and that's it. Like, again, you don't want to compare yourself to anybody else, right? Because like my 125 now even is so different than my 125 in college. Like I'm so much more fitter and I feel better now because my body's different.
Dude, have you seen college girls? They're like not even real people. Like when I'm from on Calvin's campus,
Yeah,
and
I was
see
like,
all
I
these
can't
girls,
say I've been hanging out
I'm
with
like,
college
what are
kids.
these? Are they all 12? Like, why are they all like so slight? There's nothing to them.
I am in that state of I don't know if they're high school or college. I can't
I'm
tell.
telling you.
Like
No.
I'm now officially that old. Like I wouldn't even be
Yes.
able to tell you if they were over 21. Like
I
I don't
had
know.
no idea being old was going to be this entertaining. I really
Oh,
didn't.
yeah.
Except
Oh,
for the
there's a freedom in it.
progressives and how much my hip hurts. Like it's hysterical.
There's a lot of freedom in being in your 40s in general. And then like, you know, and again, people sometimes forget. So like one of my barn rats is like, "You're almost 48." I'm like, "Shut your mouth." He's like, "I thought you were like 34." And I was like, "Well, yeah, I like that number better, but like that's not reality." You know? Like, thanks, I guess. Like
Yeah.
yeah, I'm you know, we're getting older, and so at least I'm getting healthier. That's
Older and spicier.
Oh yeah. I mean, that goes without saying. Spicy.
Right.
Thank you for being a little weird with us, horse girls. If you like what you hear, make sure to subscribe to the podcast on your player of choice. Follow us on Instagram at Adulting with Horses Podcast, or even better, join our Adulting with Horses Clubhouse on Facebook, where you can become part of the show. Also, it's a great place to meet other horse crazy women. Thanks, and see you next time.